It's a half hour from whenever I normally get up, but my tent got crazy wet on the inside, condensation. So my thought was, either I can take a break and try to dry things out, or I can just wait a little bit and see if I can dry things out before I pack up. Not terribly cold. Next 10 miles are going to be uphill. I think all day is going to be uphill, but mainly I'm going to be following the creek. I had 20 minutes of sunlight. Got the tent from soaking wet to just damp. It's about a half hour after I normally get started. I've got everything packed up and the sun came back out. So this is going to be my day. Deciding how often I want to cross, which side's going to give me the best trail. I've got waterproof socks on. I'd rather not have wet shoes, but the creek's pretty determined that I'm going to get to cross it a few times. Going that way. It might have been smarter to go ahead and skip up to Big Bear City from here, but I think this route is definitely bolder. So I came from down there, and this is where the South Fork of the Mission Creek meets the North Fork. And I'm going to be following the North Fork. South Fork looks a lot clearer. The weather's changed a lot. Gone from hot and sunny, cold and breezy, even rained for a little bit. Something I guess I'll just go ahead and say is that I was not expecting to see snow up ahead of me this soon, and I don't like it. It's 2:30 and I've only done 8 miles of trail miles. I don't know how many I actually did because I did a lot of crisscrossing. But it looks like this is where I'm going to leave the trail. The trail should be just up there and it starts to branch away from the creek. And there will be a tent site that probably has water. I'm going to stop and grab a liter of this just in case. I don't know how long that arrow will be visible, but just in case the hikers behind me want to follow. And here is the trail. Alright, one of the posts that marked the trail. Looks like it got a little bit fiery here not too long ago. There's still several spots where the trail just isn't there anymore, but there's enough room around to go around it. This is the stream that's running next to the campsite, which is supposed to be like less than 1/10 of a mile away. But this is where the trail crosses this gully, creek bed or whatever. And it doesn't look dangerous, it looks inconvenient. Anyway, I'm gonna go up over there. It's supposed to be a campsite around. I lowered my pack down there, then I climbed down there. Gonna go up there. Here's the campsite. Other hikers like Miss Lone Wolf from before. And I think I know the way I'm going. They're gonna go and look and make their decision. Not a big mile day, but I'm still tired. Well, this is whenever I'm usually just finishing up my cup of coffee and I'm about ready to leave. The other hikers got up early and they just left. There wasn't a lot of flat spots left, So I just laid out the Tyvek. Wasn't a terrible night. Ready to start going uphill. Coming up from down there. Camp down there somewhere. Gonna go up and find a way across there. Coming up from over there. Going there and up there. Thing about a ridge walk, plenty of wind. So I came up that ridge there. So I picked up this ridge here. Just gonna go up there. So I think that's the North Fork of the Mission Creek down there. Whitewater down there, and I don't know if you can see it, but Interstate 10's down there. We're 3/10 away from the trail, right up there. And of course, came from up there, or down there. Less than 1/10 of a mile, the trail ought to be up there. Now that it's almost done, I think this is kind of a cool climb. Well, I'm back on the trail. That's where I would have been coming from. And that's the way I'm going. So that's the ridge walk, bypassing part of the Mission Creek that's washed out. People are talking about, you can't get me a drink. Not a big deal. But now that I'm on trail, get about a mile of downhill. So that's good. Got down to a saddle. It's 12:30, and all of the snow, whether it's in shade or not, has been getting pretty slushy. So next time I find a good spot to stop, I'm going to and wait for it to ice up for the morning. This is Coon Creek Jump Off. Got a morbid name. Coon Creek Campground. Bathroom's open. Has a lot of trash in it. I'm going to check out the cabin. Well, this is the cabin. It's available for rent, but it looks to be in pretty bad shape. I'm sure they fix it up later on in the spring or summer. And then some mini cabins, several of which look like they need new roofs. One cabin, and the other cabin. Getting started at the usual time. The ice that the snow I was sinking into, I can walk on top of. First part of the day is going to be a couple miles going up, a couple miles going down, then another couple miles up, and then a whole bunch of down. So I hope that the trail and the snow holds out. Some places it gets a little bit steep, but with all these footprints frozen in, I'm really not too worried about getting down. Crossing a road here, deep snow on a north face, and then the snow looks very shallow and patchy on the south face. See footprints, either somebody was off trail and used the road to find it, or there's the rim of the world scenic byway just like a quarter mile over there. And if somebody wanted to, I hear a lot of traffic, you could run over there and hitch into town. It's 11:30, but the snow's been pretty slushy in a lot of spots. But nowhere does it look dangerous, so I probably won't be stopping as early today. There are some spots that were a little rough going, but I think I'm just feeling tired or slow or something. I've been taking frequent breaks. I've only gone about 6 miles from the cabin, and it's already noon, so it's not going to be a big mile day, but I hope to get below the snow line before I make camp. I'm still at 8,000 foot, but the snow's been melting a lot yesterday and today, and I'm on a long downhill stretch. So mainly we just have enough snow to keep your feet cool. It's 3:30. I'm down to like 7,500 foot, and there's still plenty of snow. I had some cell phone service, and somebody told me there's a winter storm coming day after tomorrow. But I'm going to get some water and then start looking for a dry spot to camp. The beast is sitting down there. If you haven't been in an area like this, there's something unique about the smell of rotting pine needles or pine trees. I'm about 500 foot off the trail. It's just right over that rise and down a little bit. There's a campsite a quarter mile back, but there's not a lot of hikers out here, but there's 2 hikers there. And I looked at the topo map and it looked dry or flat up here, and it is dry. And obviously somebody else, I would guess locals, have camped up here. Tomorrow I'll head into Big Bear. It's a pretty good night last night. I do like this campsite. I've been getting reminders that I need to slow down whenever I do a pan shot, that people can see what's going on. But all there is to do today is to get cleaned up, head into town, get my resupply, and get cleaned up. So there's the trail. And I think it's like 7.5 miles that way. Brings you to the highway. A lot of people hitch into town. But what I'm going to do is go about 2.5 miles down this way. Should bring me into town to a bus stop that will give me a ride the rest of the way into town. Coming from over there, and I've got about a half mile down this road. It's going to be asphalt to get the bus. It's almost 9 o'clock. I can't check in until afternoon, like 3 in the afternoon. So my plan is breakfast, look for gear, resupply, maybe hit a thrift shop. And surely all of that will take me long enough I can check in. Then shower, pizza, and upload a video. Took about a half hour on the free bus, and I'm at Mountain Munchies. Looked at the menu last night online and I already know what I want. For a few bucks, I was able to get a clean pair of pants and a shirt to wear tomorrow and today while I do laundry. So I'm at my room. Whenever I got a room with one bed, I thought I might have more floor space than if I had two, but it's got everything I need. Well, the snow that they predicted is here. I'm catching the bus to town to do laundry because the Motel 6 no longer has laundry. New owners, and they told us that they're no longer hiker friendly. Very handy that the laundromat is right next to Dollar Tree. And I bought so much food that I'm not going to have time to do anything else but eat when I get back to the room.